In this video, we're going to show you how to install the windshield washer reservoir on your Jeep Grand Cherokee located inside the fender well. Using a flathead screwdriver, we're going to go ahead and loosen our band clamp here on the air intake tube. We're going to follow this over to the airbox lid, and we're going to release the locks or clasps on the lid itself. There's 4 of these. Once you have those off, you can go ahead and grab that lid, lift it up, and then separate it from the top there. Set that aside, and then remove your air filter. Now on the airbox base itself here, you're probably gonna have a 10mm bolt between the airbox lid and the fender. Ours is broken, but you wanna go ahead and loosen and remove that bolt down below there. Once you have that hardware out, you wanna go ahead and lift this up. Twist it out, and you're gonna remove the intake tube here. Now this is a 10mm bolt right up here, securing the upper portion of the reservoir to the fender. Using your 19mm socket, loosen and remove the lug nuts. Once you have the lug nuts removed, grab the wheel, remove it, and set it aside. Now with the front wheel removed, you're going to locate your inner fender liner here, and on the inside portion there is a little button or retainer, a plastic clip securing that in. So we're going to use our trim tool. I'm going to pop out that button there, and that's going to release that section. There are 3 retainers here. We're going to use our plastic trim tool. I want to go ahead and remove these here. On our particular retainers, we push in on the center and that'll release the lock. Yours might be a slightly different design. Use your trim tool, come up and remove this button right here. Up here on the fender liner, you might have a plastic retainer securing it. Ours is broken, but you want to go ahead and pull that one out if you can. Go ahead and peel out the fender liner. Now before we remove everything here, we want to go ahead and focus on draining our tank. You can go ahead and remove one of these hoses here. These both go to pumps. Have a catch can or bucket or something underneath to catch that washer fluid. Now while this is draining here, we're gonna go ahead and disconnect our electrical connectors here. This one here has a red safety lock on it. You lift up on our red safety lock here, and then press down and wiggle that connector off. You gotta pinch on those little tabs there. Pop that connector off. And then over here, we have our level sensor. We're gonna press in this little spring tab here, wiggle that. There we go. Just going to pull our connectors to the side. We have our hoses. Make sure to pull those off to the side. Now if you follow the tank to the inner section here, you're going to find a 10mm bolt. Loosen and remove that. Now if you push that fender liner back a little bit more, is a 10mm bolt up top. Loosen and remove that one as well. Let's go ahead and remove our lid. You're going to pop this up. And you can slide this cap out through the little notch right here. Pop that off, set that aside. Now our fluid hoses here, you just want to pop out of the retainers on either side of the tank itself. and give that tank a twist and pull that down. As you're lowering it down, just watch the harnesses that are inside the fender area here. Now, installing your tank, what you're going to do is you're going to rotate the two holes here for the mounting tab towards you. You want the upper portion of the filler neck facing back towards the windshield. Pull your fill tubes out here, or the pump tubes. Feed this up inside, and once you get it up and in to roughly its mounting position, push that fender liner out of the way, and you're going to rotate the tank into position. Make sure you pull your hoses and your connectors out that you're going to need to install after. And then get your tank in a position. I'm going to install the two screws that go into the reservoir and into the inner fender area. Just going to get those started, a couple threads. Let's line up our connectors and push these in a position. Once you get that black one pushed in, push down on that red lock tab. Get and install your hoses. Make sure you get those onto the right pump ports. Let's install our hoses. And basically just press into the neck on the fill tube here. And once you have that installed there, you can go ahead and line this up. Get our fender mounted screw installed. Once you get that screw lined up, we can go ahead and snug that down. Now this is just plastic, so you just want to gently snug it down. Install your cap. Just going to line that up and slide that back onto that little hook. Pop that lid on. With the top secured, snug down your two lower bolts, doing the same process. Just snug them gently. Let's go ahead and get our fender line back up on here. Install our button right here. Once you have that in, we can install the 3 buttons on the fender liner. Once we have these 3 installed, let's go ahead and install our button on the bottom. Once you have that button in, you can go ahead and install your wheel. Take your wheel, bring it up, set it into place. And we're going to start all of our lug nuts by hand first. Once we have all the lug nuts on, let's go ahead and snug them down. Torque the lug nuts to 100 foot-pounds. Install your lower airbox. We're going to insert the air intake right here in. Get that fit in position and then rotate the airbox base into place. Feed that down. Once you have that installed, go ahead and install your hardware to secure the base into place. Once you have that done, get your air filter in there. And install the airbox lid. Secure it with the retaining clips. Use your flathead screwdriver and tighten down the band clamp here. At this point here, you can go ahead and fill up your windshield washer reservoir.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.